This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Well, every golfer wants to come home, and here we are at the home of golf, the old course at St. Andrews. Rich Loader alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports.
Yeah, and Rich, this is just a wonderful place to play the game. Every player that's ever sort of learned to swing the golf club, this is the one course they wanted to play. The reason why is because every great this game has ever seen has walked across Saucon Bridge.
Frank, this is no ordinary opening tee shot. This is the opening shot at the old course at St. Andrews. So are you inspired, intimidated, nervous? Where are the emotions at?
Oh, all of the above. And this opening tee shot will never get old, that's for sure. It looks like a wide open hole. Really, you don't want to be looking right or left because it's out of bounds, even though it's a well way right and a long way left. You basically aim it at the 17th green is a good line for your opening tee shot.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Settles in over the putt. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. One under early in the round. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
You can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Rich. It's shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers. When he goes after it like he is here. Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that. Caught that one flush, Frank. That was beautiful.
What was the movie again? Dead, solid, perfect.
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Collects another birdie with that stroke and goes to 2. And Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is two ways to play the fourth off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Par fives, this is where players look to make the move in a major championship. How does this fifth hole par 5 measure up, Frank?
Well, if you can avoid the bunkers, they're actually left and right, but especially that little group of 3 bunkers, then it sets up well. It'll be a blind second shot, but you try and guide your second shot between the 2 bunkers on the hill in front of you, which are called the spectacles. That's a ginormous tee shot.
So we have 190 yards left. Frank, I know you love boxing as I do. McIlroy has that big punch knockout ability. It has you on the edge of your seat because you know at any moment he might end the fight.
Yeah, there's always a spark there, or a little simmer, and you think it's just going to burst into flames at one stage and just ignite Rory over any stretch of holes.
This is a good-looking shot. Big swing right there, and a great result, and now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Just a couple of feet. Takes care of business, 5 under par. Moving on to the par 4 6th hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12th. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot, 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those and then you set yourself up to a green with a false front. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicklaus over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot, he is about 12 feet away. Getting set now over the putt. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
He has this for par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the old course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And once again, off the tee and in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Really locked in. How about 4 birdies now for the round? Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green, and often you see long, long birdie putts here. Should be safely on deck.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Really. This is an awkward length. Let the birdie blitz begin.
Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. What a great shot.
That's in the fairway. Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Settles in over the putt. Really has a feel on these greens. That is another birdie. This is impressive. Down to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here. Just find that right level where the flag is.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Frank, from this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in the sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathery. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter, and then you've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He can't be that good.
Wow, what a punt. That is huge. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other 2 up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. This one just requires a little bit of focus. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Frank, you've been there. What's it like to get on this kind of a roll? He's looking at a 5th straight birdie here.
Oh, that hole, it's not 4 1/4 inches. It's starting to look the size of a bucket.
Frank, the 15th here at the Old Course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there in between the two humps that you can see in front of you off the tee. If you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pot bunker that protects the front.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man.
I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flag stick right now. What a performance. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer in for your second shot. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. The famous 17th at the Open Championship, Frank, you begin to see the scoreboards, the grandstands, and you know all eyes are on you for the next couple of holes.
Yeah, this is one hole I think that anybody that goes to the Old Course certainly wants to play. Blind tee shot. You've got to flash it across the out of bounds. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power though?
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Only 110 yards and a good chance here. This is the second shot. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality. Well, this guy's on a different planet. He's going for 7 straight birdies.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, you stand on the tee here at 18, and history is staring you right in the face.
Yeah, you have the Rusacks Hotel on the right, the Dunvegan over the back, the R&A building. Just standing there, you're reminded of how far this great game has come, and all these hundreds of years, I guess, in the future, and where will the game be then? Rich, that tee shot there has shortened up this hole considerably. It's made a tough par 4 into, well, we'll see, but it looks like a very birdieable hole now.
Hit it right where you want. Now he has a good chance to attack that whole location. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times it can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy. Can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.